So what do you get when you have a movie that is a clone of Men in Black and the Patrick Swayze film Ghost? Rest in peace, department. That's what you get. This is the R.I.P.D. The Rest in Peace department. This is the R.I.P.D. We send deados to their judgment. Rest in Peace department, directed by Robert Swetsky, who directed the first Red movie and The Time Traveler's Wife. And this movie was terrible. It was stupid. It was a very bad film. Basically a rip-off of Men in Black and the Ghost film that Patrick Swayze did a long time ago, which I will get into how this movie is similar to those two films. But to be fair, there is a comic book source material. The plot is Ryan Reynolds' character is Nick, a police officer that dies in the line of duty, and when he goes to limbo, really, he doesn't go to heaven or hell. He goes into limbo, and before he gets his judgment, he gets recruited by the Rest in Peace department to be a police officer to catch deados, souls that have escaped judgment and are pretending to be living people on Earth. He is teamed up with Jeff Bridges' character Roy, who is the Tommy Lee Jones of this movie. Nick is the Will Smith of this movie. And R.I.P.D. is run by Mary Louise Parker character Proctor, who is like the Zed in this movie. And Nick and Roy have to get these deados to judgment, or if these deados are not going willingly, they use their guns, which are filled with magic bullets that when you hit the deados in the head with them, they get erased from existence, basically. That is a little bit of how it is like MIB. To go a little bit more into it, in one scene, Nick and Roy have to go to this informant to find out why the deados are stealing gold, which they find out is because they want to use it to take over the world and release all the souls that have gone to hell and bring them back to the land of the living. But part of this is in the trailer, so it's really not much of a spoiler. And the informant reminded me a lot of Jeeves, Tony Shalhoub's character from Men in Black. There is a VCR repair shop in this movie, and this VCR repair shop serves as the gateway between the land of the living and the Rest in Peace department's area, Limbo, which reminded me very much of the newspaper stand that Frank hang around at in Men in Black. Frank the alien dog. That may be the little building that Will Smith has to go into to get into the MIB headquarters, maybe as well. Not only that, but if you remember in Men in Black 2, there was a scene that was a toilet humor joke. Well, in this movie, we have a lot of toilet humor joke because within the VCR repair shop, the exact doorway into Limbo is the men's room. So that toilet humor joke is used like 3 or 4 times in the movie. There is a point in the movie where Roy says to Nick that your police training does not mean squat. Just like Tommy Lee Jones says to Will Smith's character that his police training doesn't mean squat in Men in Black. The list of Men in Black similarities is almost endless in this film. It's just Nick's gun is kind of similar to Will Smith's gun that he gets, the noisy little cricket gun. And because when you look at Nick's character, and Nick and Roy, they look like an old Chinese guy. Nick looks like an old Chinese guy, and Roy looks like a hot blonde woman. And Nick's gun looks like a banana to us. Which kind of reminded me of the noise of the cricket gun in that way. As for the similarities with Ghost, Ryan, when he gets killed, the guy that kills him is Kevin Bacon's character, Hayes, who is his partner. And in the movie Ghost, the main guy that was responsible for Swayze's death in that film was Carl, his best friend. He sent Willie, this street punk, to kill him for some money that Swayze had in the bank. And this movie is for some gold that Nick had buried in his yard. That was also pulled right out Ghost, and the fact that Ryan acts to his girlfriend in the movie, Julia, played by Stephanie Zostak. Stephanie Zozak is very much like Demi Moore, and Ryan is acting very much like Patrick Swayze in this film to her. Practically a carbon copy. Oh my god, this is crazy. The chemistry between Jeff Bridges and Nick, not really there that much, because Nick doesn't really do much for the teamwork that they have. He only provides his police intuition that he has, really. The muscle work is mostly done by Jeff Bridges' character. The rest, he doesn't get to do much muscle work till like later on in the film, which almost felt like too late into the film for me. And as one more Men in Black similarity, one of the deados looks a lot like Edgar from Men in Black, the guy they call Fat Elvis. This movie was really, really bad. It is garbage. There's a 4 out of 10. Don't bother seeing this movie. I mean, really, it's predictable. It's bad acting, bad directing, just not good. So don't bother seeing it. You're better off seeing The Conjuring. That is a much better film than this. And that is what I have to say about Rest in Peace Department.